So let's talk about the difference between a bad motivational speech and a great motivational speech. A bad motivational speech is when a speaker gets up there and says, "You're better than you think you are. You are awesome. Everyone stand up and give yourselves a round of applause." That's a bad motivational speech. Here's why. A sophisticated audience will say to themselves, "This guy, this gal doesn't even know who I am. They don't even know who we are. How do they know we're better than we think we are and we should give ourselves applause?" They have no idea, right? Now, an unsophisticated audience, if you're talking to an unsophisticated, uneducated audience, well, they'll believe anything. But as a speaker, the more sophisticated audiences you speak to, the more successful you're going to be. And if you can play at the highest level, why would you settle for the lowest? Okay, so let's talk about a great motivational speech. Here's what it is. A great motivational speech is the same enthusiasm and all those things that go along with pumping people's emotions up, but you base your motivational testimony on proprietary research. In other words, research you've done with that team, with that organization. Now, I made my living for 23 years doing turnarounds with low-performing sales teams. So I had to do proprietary research. We did months worth of research before we'd ever go in to find out how we took a team doing $500 million a year and turn it into a team doing $600 million a year. That's a turnaround. And so I had to have proprietary research. But what I learned in the process over 23 years, about maybe 5 or 6 years in, was that if I could take the research and take the positive things that I found in the research and pump a low-performing team up with the positive. In other words, I could say things like, you know what, 72% of you told our research team that you really believe in this company. You know what? That's better than about half of the companies in the Fortune 500. You guys are way above class in that area, okay? Now let me tell you something else. This is what we found in the research. This is what you guys told us. 83% of you said you think that your product is best in class. That's far above the Fortune 500 that we research every single day. This is the best one yet. Now you guys wait for this because this makes you guys super special. Even though your numbers are not what they need to be, they will be. They're not right now. But this makes you super special. And here it is. 93% of you, that's almost all of you, said you expect your sales to be far better, in your words, far better this year than last year. That makes you exceptional. You guys give yourselves a hand because we're going to turn this team around. And this attitude you have, this positive attitude, this mental toughness is going to help us do it. And all of a sudden they break out in applause because you gave them research. This wasn't just some pump up thing, like some unsophisticated motivate, like you're talking to a bunch of kindergarten kids or a bunch of high school kids, and you're just pumping their emotions. That's what bad motivational speakers do. They can get away with it with the general public. They can't get away with it with people that are highly educated and sophisticated business people because they'll marginalize you instantly because they know you didn't do your homework. If you do your homework and you do proprietary research and you dig in and they know you did the research, you present them with the research afterwards, they take you seriously as a motivational speaker. And most companies, I will tell you, do not really take motivational speakers very seriously because they're just pumping people's emotion. It just makes people feel good. It's like chocolate. But they don't really see them as thought leaders unless you do proprietary research and then you present the research. And when it comes to motivation, the positive research. And then you pump them up with facts, not fiction, and not just, making noise. So consider that when you're putting together your next motivational speech.